Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on Inquisitors. I'm going to take an Inquisitor from 1st level all the way to 5th level. Inquisitor class is interesting. I've not had a lot of success playing them, only because every time I've created one to play it, which has only been twice, it ended up as like a one-shot, unintentionally. You know how some of those games go. The Inquisitor is kind of a hybrid-ish class, has a lot of flavor of its own, but it feels like a class where you combine something similar to a sorcerer or a bard with that of a cleric, with a few smatterings of powers that are similar to but not the same as a paladin. You have to have a deity that you worship, and you have to be within the alignment of one step of the alignment of the deity. So if the deity is lawful good, you need to either be lawful or good to get powers from the deity for this class. The deity I picked for this class is Gozre, neutral deity. So this Inquisitor is going to be lawful neutral. The hit dice of the Inquisitor class is a D8, so it's similar to that of a cleric. The attack bonus you get is similar to that of a cleric. The best stat that you need to have starting is wisdom, because that's all your powers, all your spells. And then the next best stat I'd pick is strength, and then after that I'd pick con, and then dex. Now I'd switch con and dex if you wanted more range, but that's how I would build this character. This character is going to be a half-orc, so he's going to have one less feet than if he was a human. The gear I would start with would be a light crossbow. An Inquisitor is proficient in repeating crossbows, so I'd upgrade that eventually to a heavy repeating crossbow. You're proficient in the deity's favored weapon. You're proficient in most martial weapons, but not all, and you're proficient in all simple weapons. So I'd have a deity's weapon on my character for my main melee weapon. I'd start also with a club that I'd upgrade to a Morning Star. And I'd have a heavy wooden shield and scale mail to start with. And then I'd upgrade the armor to breastplate. You're proficient in medium armor, and you're proficient in all shields except for tower shields. At level 1, I would start with the improved initiative feat. At level 3, I would take the lookout team feat, because that is part of one of the benefits you get from the Inquisitor class by level 3. I would take the outflank bonus feat from the class as my next feat that I'd also get at level 3. And then I'd take precise strike at level 5. Lookout allows, if one of your allies acts in a surprise round, you can act in a surprise round. And then outflank, you get +4 to your flanking bonus instead of +2. And then precise strike, you get to add an extra d6 to your damage. So let's start breaking down the levels of the class. Level 1, you would start with your spells. You get a domain, so you get access to domain spells and domain powers. I'll go over that when I enter the spells. Spells DC is equal to 10 plus your level of the spell plus the wisdom modifier. You get judgment once per day. You get to pick from a list of effective judgments each time you use it, so you'll need to bookmark that section of the class so that way you can reference it. You get monster lore. You get to add your wisdom modifier to all knowledge checks when dealing with monsters. You get stern gaze. You get to add half your level to your intimidate and sense motive checks. So you get to threaten people very well and see if they're lying to you. At level 2, you'll get cunning initiative, which allows you to add your wisdom bonus to your initiative. So not only do you have your improved initiative feat from the build that I started, so my initiative would be 4, assuming my dex is 1, 5, Now I get to add my wisdom modifier, which should be my good stat, so it adds another 3 or 4 to it. 5 if I'm really lucky. You get to detect alignment at will, so that being an ability at level 2, if you have the option to take that as a spell, don't. You won't need it. And then you also get the ability to the feet track at 2nd level, so you get kind of a ranger's ability to follow tracks and everything else. At level 3 you gain solo tactics, and this is where this class really has some uniqueness. You can use a teamwork feat even if no one in the party has it. You just have to meet the prerequisites for the feat. So the outflank, you just have to be flanking. The precise strike, you just have to hit someone that somebody else is hitting. And then you get a bonus teamwork feat at level 3. At level 4, you get judgment 2 times per day. So now you can use this ability more than once. You also get 2nd level spells. At level 5, you get to put Bane on any weapon that you're wielding for 1 round per level. You can discern lies for 1 round per level. So that is everything you get from the class from 1st level to 5th level. The domain I picked was air. The deity, of course, was Gozra, which is neutral. He can do lightning arc 3 times per day plus his wisdom modifier. So assuming it's a 3, he can do it at least 6 times per day. And it does a d6 damage plus 1 per his level. And its range is 30 feet, but it's a single target. A way to make it more devastating would be to, say, create water on the ground and target the ground. Everybody gets shocked. The domain spells I would take, the level 1 would be Obscuring Mist, level 2 would be Wind Wall, level 3 would be Gaseous Form, but you won't even get level 3 spells by 5th level. Spells known, at level 1 you will know 4 0-level spells and 2 1st level spells. And then at level 2 those go up by 1 more spell each. At level 3 they go up by 1 more spell each. At level 4 you get 2 2nd level spells, and at level 5 you get an extra 2nd level spell, so you end up with 3 2nd level spells. This does not include the domain spells. Domain spells are free on that list. So spells that I would take, my 0-level spells, and this would be the order I take them. So the first, say, 4 of them would be for level 1, the next one would be as you level up. I'd take Detect Magic, I'd take Read Magic, I'd take Create Water, mostly because of the lightning effect, and I'd take Light, because it never hurts to blind somebody that's using dark vision. I'd take Purify Food and Drink, because you never know when somebody's trying to poison you, or if you need to get by on something that is definitely not pure. And I'd take Stabilize as my last ability, because normally Inquisitors work mostly alone, but since you'll be playing in a party, it always helps keep your allies up, at least not dead. At level 1, I'd take level 1 spells. I'd take Shield of Faith and Bane, even though you get Bane later as a, well, even though you get the Bane ability for a weapon later, the Bane effect to penalize all your enemies is well worth it. I'd take Divine Favor as my next spell for 1st level, and my last spell for 1st level I'd take Detect Alignment, but since you get that as an ability, I'd switch that out with like Protection from an alignment. At level 2, I'd take 2 spells. I'd take Bull Strength and Resist Energy, and then at 5th level, where I get my last 2nd level spell, I'd take Spiritual Weapon, because it never hurts to have extra things fighting with you. If I continued to level, I would take Summon Monster for 2nd level, or I'd wait until 3rd level magic and take Summon Monster then. I'd play this like a sorcerer as you went into higher levels, and if I wanted Summon Monster, I'd take it about every 2 or 3 levels. I wouldn't take it all the time. As far as magic goes with this class, I would rely on wands and scrolls to supplement my arsenal, because nowhere does it say you can't cast spells you don't know, just like a sorcerer. So read magic would allow you to read the scroll and without having to make a check to cast it. You still have to meet level requirements, of course, but it is what it is. And then wands, having a bunch of charges to magic that you need or want or would like Cure Light Wounds, would always help in any situation. The amount of spells you get per day based on level is at first level you'll get 1 spell per day, a bonus spell if you can get it from your ability, and then a domain spell. So you're going to get 3 spells at level 1. At level 2 you'll have 4 spells of level 1. At level 3 you'll have 5 spells of level 1. At level 4, you will continue to have the 5 of level 1, but now you'll have the first spell of level 2, the bonus spell, if you can get any, and the domain spell. So you'll have 3 second level spells. And then at level 5, you'll have 6 level 1 spells per day, and you'll have 4 total level 2 spells per day. And that's how your magic would break down. And this class would be entertaining for multiple reasons. Mostly, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, and a lot of religious extremists could be portrayed as inquisitors, mostly because of A, the Spanish Inquisition, and B, any other religion or any other conflict within its own religion would be displayed with these inquisitors. So you could do a lot of cool story effects that way. If anyone's played an Inquisitor and had success, put it in comments below. If you didn't have success, put it in comments below and tell me why. If an Inquisitor seems like a fun class to you now, let me know. Until we meet again.